Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Wrestling with Green Pinstripes podcast. I'm your host, Kalind, and on this episode, we're going to be talking about the WWE Elimination Chamber review. Let's get on with it, shall we? Overall, there were 6 matches in the show, including one segment, so I guess you could say 7 segments overall for the entire pay-per-view event. So let's start off with the kickoff match. The kickoff match was between the Club, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson against the Miztourage, Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. It was an okay match. It was a typical kickoff match, so nothing too special. It was like a standard tag team match that you would generally see on a Monday Night Raw, so it's okay, nothing too predictable. Didn't really interest me, so it was alright. The first match to kick off the main card of the pay-per-view was the Women's Elimination Chamber match, which is the first in WWE history, as I'm putting in air quotes, history. And in the first chamber match for the women's, Bayley and Sonya Deville were the first 2 women in the ring to start the match, while the rest of the women, such as Mandy Rose, Mickie James, Alexa Bliss, the defending Raw Women's Champion, and Sasha Banks are in those pods, waiting for their turn. I mean, it was a decent match to start the show. It wasn't anything too spectacular. I mean, there wasn't that much buildup except on Raw, where they just Kurt Angle decided to just put those 6 women, including the champion, just give them a title shot. I mean, none of them even earned the title shot like the men have to do, but I mean, they just gave them a title shot just like that. But and plus, on the go-home show before the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, the women were basically in a 6-woman tag match, so there wasn't that much build-up for the pay-per-view, but I thought it was a good match, not a great match to start the show, and I know that it definitely got interesting near the end when Sasha Banks and Bayley had their mini feud inside. I know the first to be eliminated in the women's Elimination Chamber match was Mandy Rose. And the second to be eliminated was Sonya Deville, who entered at number 1 to start the match. And I know Mickie James was eliminated third, but she definitely had some good offense going, and I could tell she was pretty excited, because keep in mind that when Mickie James had her first run with the WWE, she had to go through a lot of crap, because at the time when Mickie James was there, it was the Divas division at the time, so there was a lot of crap matches and segments that she had to go through, including that Piggy James angle, which pissed me off several years back. But to see her finally get rewarded in her second WWE run, I mean, that's definitely something that I'm happy for her. And I meant I know she was the third to be eliminated, but I meant she definitely made some noise and did eliminate Sonya Deville, but then Mickie James got eliminated by Bayley. So the final 3 of the Women's Elimination Chamber match was Bayley, Sasha Banks, and Alexa Bliss. I know that Bayley and Sasha Banks had their mini feud because Sasha turned on Bayley, so they had their fight going on, and then Bayley was eliminated by Alexa Bliss, which pretty much sums up Bayley's entire main roster run so far, and especially on Monday Night Raw. Pretty much getting Yamcha'd at this point. I mean, during her NXT run, she probably could have been the face of that women's division, but then since moving to the main roster, they've been treating her like a joke. I mean, they, aside from that Raw Women's Championship run, I mean, she's been pretty much been the butt of the jokes, meaning that she can't win the big one nowadays. So yeah, I meant Bayley getting pinned by Alexa Bliss pretty much sums up her entire run on the main roster. That's all I could say. But I meant I know that Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss were the final 2 women in that chamber match, and I thought it was a pretty pretty decent. What they had their back and forth, and I know at the end, Alexa Bliss wins the match to retain the Raw Women's Championship. And I know after the match, Renee Young interviews her. Alexa Bliss was teasing a face turn, but I kind of knew it was a ruse because Alexa Bliss did remain as a heel. I mean, this face run that she had last week, kind of turning on Absolution, was pretty much a ruse. She just wanted to retain the Raw Women's Championship. That's all I could say. She just wanted to retain the Raw Women's Championship. The next match was between the Raw Tag Team titles between The Bar, the defending champions, against Titus Worldwide. Decent match, nothing too special. It was a little bit funny. That's all I could say, because Titus O'Neil and Apollo, not Apollo Crews, they cut the Crews and now just call him Apollo. I mean, they are a funny tag team. And I gotta say that Dana Brooke, in that role as the chief statistician in that Titus Worldwide, I think this is the role where she's succeeding in. Because when she got called up to the main roster, I thought she was a little bit green and wasn't exactly ready. But then when WWE decided to put her in Titus Worldwide as the statistician, I thought this is the role that she could definitely excel in, because she plays the role of a manager. So I mean, this was definitely something that's suited to her strengths. But at the end of the day, Sheamus and Cesaro, The Bar, retain the Raw Tag Team titles, so they don't just set the bar, they are the bar. Next up was the match between Nia Jax versus Asuka. And the theme was that Nia Jax would be the one to end Asuka's undefeated streak since joining the WWE. It was a decent match. I mean, it was technically a filler match because Asuka was already guaranteed a Royal Rumble spot at the WrestleMania card, and so there wasn't really anything to add to it. I mean, her Rumble spot wasn't exactly on the line, and I mean, there was a stipulation that said that if Nia Jax wins, it would become a triple threat match. But wait a second. Asuka didn't really say that she's going to face the Raw Women's Champion. Remember, she didn't really decide. So I meant, what were they thinking saying that? That's one crazy thing. But I meant, it was a decent match. I meant, the crowd got very hot, and I meant, that's the one thing. And I know that's at the end of the match, Asuka wins to retain her undefeated streak, and that's pretty much it. And I know at the end of the match, Nia Jax attacks her and puts her spears her through the ringside barricade, whatever that is that's protecting the ring announcers area. So I'm going to say that if Dave Meltzer's rumors are true, this might be a way to write off Asuka from Raw, because there is a rumor from Dave Meltzer that Asuka would jump ship to SmackDown to face Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's Championship, but we don't know exactly for sure. If the rumors are true, I will definitely let you know. That's all I could say. I will definitely let you know. Next up was Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt. It was a match that wasn't exactly that great. I expected it to be pretty silly. I meant so far the WWE is not handling the Woken Matt Hardy gimmick too well, because I gotta say that TNA or Impact Wrestling, shall I say, they handled it a lot better, because mainly for the most part, Matt Hardy had creative freedom, as well as Jeremy Borash, who was helping Matt Hardy at the time. And now Jeremy Borash is signed with the WWE, but Jeremy Borash is not on the Monday Night Raw creative team. So Ed Koskey, the head writer for Monday Night Raw, doesn't know what to do with Woken Matt. So I thought it wasn't that great of a match, and plus the crowd pretty much shat on it when they were chanting for we want beach balls. I was like, first of all, Stop with the beach balls. I mean, your demand for beach balls is the reason why we can't have nice things, okay? So stop, Las Vegas. Don't ask for beach balls. All right, don't ask for beach balls. I mean, like the crowd pretty much shat on the match, the entire thing, and like at the end, Matt Hardy wins the match, keeping it even against Bray Wyatt because Bray Wyatt defeated Matt Hardy on an episode of Raw 25. So in this pay per view, Matt Hardy wins to maintain a 1-to-1 streak. Yay, 50-50 booking. Next up was the segment between Ronda Rousey, where she was going to be signing her contract with the WWE, particularly the Monday Night Raw brand. I thought it was a little bit cringe because, it wasn't just Kurt Angle in that segment and Ronda Rousey. It was also Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, and Triple H and Stephanie were like boasting about how they wanted to have Ronda Rousey and all that. But then, Angle was the one who reminded Ronda Rousey about the time at WrestleMania 31 where Triple H and Steph were trolling Ronda at ringside, and then Ronda decided to join the segment and broke Stephanie's arm. So I meant that was the best part of that segment was Ronda Rousey suplexing Triple H through a table. That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. And I know that Stephanie McMahon got angry and slapped Ronda in the face, so I got a feeling that there's going to be a match at WrestleMania with Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Stephanie McMahon and Triple H, because it is Ronda Rousey's debut in the WWE, so they're probably going to ease her way in first, and then then they'll do something else later on. And the one thing that I found out is that Ronda Rousey, upon signing with the WWE, she now has a feud with Stephanie McMahon. I mean, what does that tell me? It tells me that the last time a full-time WWE superstar was feuding with Stephanie McMahon was Brie Bella back in 2014, and it did not go very well. It did not go very well because for the most part at SummerSlam, Brie Bella lost to that match. She never really recovered in her singles career. She pretty much had to go through a really bad feud against her twin sister, Nikki Bella, and then that feud ended prematurely. Brie Bella ended up becoming Nikki Bella's sidekick, and that's pretty much it. That was pretty much her entire singles career. It came to an end around WrestleMania in 2016. I mean, because now, she's semi-retired. She became a mother. So, personal life, Brie Bella did okay, but that's that. And I'm going off on a tangent, so let's get back into this podcast, shall we? The final match of the evening was the men's Elimination Chamber match. This is the first where there's going to be all 7, which means it will be starting as a triple threat, and then 4 guys who are in the pods will join in later. I thought it was the better chamber match out of the 2 that was taking place throughout the night. It was definitely fun to see Braun Strowman demolish almost everyone. And I know that The Miz, who entered at number 1, was the first to get eliminated. So that is that. And I know that Elias got eliminated by a second by Braun Strowman. So here's how I put it. Braun Strowman pretty much eliminated everyone except one. He pretty much eliminated everyone except one. So Braun Strowman definitely had a great showing at the men's chamber match, except near the end when Braun Strowman got eliminated by Roman Reigns. So LOL, Roman Reigns wins, and Roman Reigns will officially face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 34 for the Universal Championship. And I know at the end of the match, Braun Strowman wasn't too happy that Roman Reigns won, so he pretty much pushed Roman Reigns through a chamber pod that was already empty. So that's that, and that sums up the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. I'm going to give this pay-per-view a C+. The chamber matches itself were good, not great. They were good, but the rest of the undercard was pretty underwhelming. I thought it was pretty underwhelming. So I'm going to give it a C plus. I would have given it a C minus had it not been for the men's chamber match, but I'm going to give it a C plus. That's all I could say. And that'll do it for the Elimination Chamber review. And tune in on the next podcast where I'll be reviewing the Monday Night Raw review after the Elimination Chamber. Stay tuned, everyone. See you next time.